Rosie O'Donnell has just revealed something nobody expected her to openly admit. The true reason Ellen left the United States and wrapped up her show is far more unsettling than you'd imagine. And when you start putting the pieces together, it all suddenly clicks. Ellen's executive producer, Twitch, along with her former girlfriend, Anne Heche, both passed away in suspicious circumstances within less than 6 months after the Ellen show concluded. And reportedly, Ellen had a connection to it.
You know, I have an understanding of the cycle of show business and kind of what happens in people's careers and when enough is enough. And oftentimes people don't know that. You know, I think I have a good balance of both in my life, of the importance of, you know, of both. And it's hard to maintain. It's hard to do, especially when you're doing a show like that. But, you know, I don't think it was the be kind thing that got her. I think that's simplification, but it was a lot of things and it was complicated. And I'm glad that she's, you know, going to be finished and she can get some time, you know, to herself to just, I mean, it's a huge kind of strange thing to be on a show like that and have all that attention on you. And she had it for like 19 years. So
Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen were once incredibly close friends for many years, with Ellen even choosing Rosie's show to come out back in 1996. But today they hardly speak at all. Now Rosie is finally revealing what really went down between them and the real reason she chose to step away from the spotlight. The Ellen show ran for over 2 decades, yet Rosie was never asked to appear. In May 2022, Ellen's 20-year run came to an abrupt end after she was exposed for fostering a toxic workplace environment involving her staff. Ellen wrapped up her show, and just 2 months later, her former girlfriend ended up losing her life in a car accident. Then in December of that same year, Twitch also died by suicide. Ellen DeGeneres addressed the workplace misconduct reports in a letter sent to her team. The talk show host explained her first reaction to the accusations from both current and former employees and shared what steps were being taken to fix the company culture. Ellen admitted she was upset to hear about the claims mentioned in a recent BuzzFeed article, pointing to how much the show had grown over time and how she depended more on others to handle tasks the way she expected. She later acknowledged that clearly not everyone met those expectations.
I don't think you achieve anything by bullying people.
In a statement given to ET, Warner Bros., the company producing Ellen's show, stated that they spoke with dozens of both current and former staff members following the allegations. They explained that their review uncovered certain shortcomings tied to the show's daily operations and management, and going forward, both the studio and Ellen are dedicated to building a work environment centered on respect and inclusivity.
I stay grateful and I try to stay humble, and I think that I pay attention to what is important and what is real.
I remain thankful, I work to stay grounded, and I focus on what truly matters and what's genuine. These allegations of misconduct come from a BuzzFeed article released last week featuring anonymous statements from a dozen former employees and 1 current staff member. Just 2 months after the Ellen show wrapped up, Stephen Twitch Boss, the show's executive producer, died by and left behind a note. Some investigative reporters have claimed that in this note, Stephen blamed Ellen as a factor in his death. Even Stephen's wife mentioned that he had been under intense stress over something that occurred on the show. And that pressure is what led him to take such a tragic step.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic side of Stephen Twitch Boss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left suicide note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times because it was so dark. I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is to end my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part of it.
Certain reports suggested that Twitch witnessed something behind the scenes that he was never meant to see. And that's what led to his downfall. Twitch's wife, Allison Holker, shared that he left a note for her before he passed away. In that message, Twitch spoke about the intense pressure Ellen had been placing on him. Allegedly, Ellen was pushing Twitch to help repair her public image and claimed that all the workplace accusations against her were untrue. Fans believed in Twitch, and Ellen reportedly wanted to use that trust to her advantage. Twitch was aware of everything going on behind the scenes of The Ellen Show, and Ellen allegedly wanted to keep him quiet.
Early on the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary two-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone, and he had not taken his car with him when he left, two things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
The news about Ellen created a wave of online criticism at the time, including some directed at Twitch.
When it comes to what really happens behind closed doors in Hollywood, Rosie O'Donnell once shared a story about Bill Cosby being invited onto her show and starting to behave inappropriately toward the producers. His actions were quietly ignored because that kind of behavior has long been normalized in Hollywood. Sexual is widespread in the industry and is sometimes even treated as acceptable. Multiple child actors have spoken out, saying they were exploited when they first entered the business. These performers were pressured into inappropriate situations with music executives and film directors. If you wanted to land a role, you had to prove you were ready to do whatever the director or producer asked of you.
About Hollywood managers who manage kids, it's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
they're
Strange?
Just grooming these kids, dude.
That kid
grooming
from
them
Strange Things.
To suck dick.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
He just left his manager, and they're alleging sex abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin.
The curly-haired kid. Oh,
yeah.
And he's
Owen
in
Benjamin
it too.
just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be fucking transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? When
What's
you're
up with these transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ. This is nuts.
Watch
man.
An Open Secret, and they go through, dude, they pick, they're accusing people. It's for free, I think, on Vimeo.
Yeah, you
can watch it for free. An Open Secret.
Just on YouTube or something?
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederasts
For sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music, this was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment
so it's
business.
women and kids.
Mostly
get abused.
kids.
And
Mostly
sometimes
kids.
dudes. You know, Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his dick.
In front of his
some
wife.
famous dude grabbed his.
Justin Bieber's name is mentioned almost every time the issue of child actors being mistreated comes up. Justin's 48-hour party with Diddy and the ongoing harassment he endured from predators was disturbing. And instead of stepping in to support him, Ellen actually laughed at the situation. This was her response to a teenager having his privacy violated.
And how quickly after that was shot did you realize that happened? Did that go on wire right away?
Yeah, it was pretty much like a couple days. It was like a couple days later, Scooter hit me. He was like, yo, I hate to tell you this, but your penis is on the internet. It's like, what? How does it? And so then the first thing I saw was like the censored one, and it had like the black thing over it, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't know what this is gonna look like. And then it wasn't as like bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like terrible.
I'm no expert, but I heard that it was good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, what amazed me though is that got so much attention, and I was in the bungalow next to you, and when I saw it, I was shocked.
Yeah.
And I don't know how people didn't see. I was right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My hat. So there's a young woman in the background you can see in the bed.
Yeah, I know.
Is that your girlfriend?
No, it's not.
Just a girl that you were in Bora Bora with?
Yeah.
You just brought a friend to Bora Bora?
Yeah.
And you're just naked with your friend?
Why are you putting me on the spot like this? Gosh.
Then there's also the detail that Diddy appeared on Ellen's show a total of 17 times. And by her own admission, Ellen said she was aware of what went on at Diddy's after-parties. The timing of Ellen leaving the U.S. also seems to coincide with Diddy's arrest. In 2024, just 1 month after the FBI raided Diddy's mansion in Miami, Ellen revealed she was leaving the United States for good and relocated to the UK with her wife.
Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Just relocating to the UK on its own may not seem that unusual, but the timing, the drastic change in Ellen's look, and her sudden disappearance from the public eye definitely raise questions. To make things even more concerning, Ellen has now revealed that she's planning a return. And surprisingly, this news surfaced shortly after Diddy submitted a request for early release.
Losing their mind.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very
she could
sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Oh, bit of
could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release
So
the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife Portia de Rossi have reportedly left the United States for the UK following Donald Trump's decisive election win. Multiple outlets are saying the couple have permanently departed from the United States. There are also claims that the pair have listed their Montecito mansion for sale. Entertainment outlet The Wrap reported exclusively that Ellen DeGeneres and her wife Portia de Rossi have relocated to the English countryside, placed their Montecito property on the market, and intend not to return to the United States. They reportedly told friends that Donald Trump's election was their main reason. Ellen DeGeneres has been openly critical of Trump, so the move hasn't shocked many people. Some critics have raised questions about Ellen's behavior over the years, including allegations about her support for the use of human stem cells derived from infants. In an episode of her show, Ellen claimed that celebrities use stem cells taken from younger individuals to maintain their youth. Online reports have also connected Ellen's altered appearance to her no longer receiving such treatments after Diddy's arrest. In a segment with Sandra Bullock, Ellen and Sandra Bullock openly joked about using adrenochrome, supposedly sourced from children, and laughed about how it kept them looking young.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra? Perry? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean.
And then there's the rumored link between Ellen and Epstein that people still talk about. Some viewers think the design of Ellen's show set was inspired by a structure found on Epstein's island. While discussing unusual things Ellen has been seen doing, certain online sources have even highlighted odd symbols hidden within some of her videos. In March 2020, just as CEO lockdowns started, Ellen DeGeneres posted a strange video where she wore a hoodie featuring a red, blood-like face. The very same face that Jay-Z was later seen wearing.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGeneres. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show. It's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What?
Ellen's whole public persona was meticulously built, and once her audience discovered who she really was, everything fell apart for her. Joe Rogan had actually predicted it years earlier. He mentioned that Ellen's demeanor always seemed unnatural, as if she were putting on a front. Rosie O'Donnell was the first to point it out. Ellen's nice image was always destined to collapse.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that's people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I thought of you when Ellen DeGeneres went through her thing, and she goes, "My advice to everybody is, if you're going to be known as something, being known as the be kind lady is probably going to bite you in the ass." And I wondered what that whole queen of nice.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
did bite me
thinking,
in the ass. Yeah.
Did you think it bit you in the ass? I wasn't aware of that. But
Not in the way that Ellen's talking about, I think. But, I said the day it came out, look at this, the queen of nice. In a couple of years, it's going to be the queen of lice, the queen of fried rice, the queen of we don't like her anymore.
Ellen isn't the only figure in Hollywood putting on a completely different persona. On the outside, Many celebrities come across as the kindest people imaginable, but behind the scenes, they often don't respect you or see you as worth their time. Joe Rogan pointed out that Hollywood elites tend to treat others as if they're below them.
There's an arrogance that some stars had, like particularly in the 90s. When I first came to Hollywood, and this is like really evident for me because I was not a star, but I was on a television show. So I got to be around a lot of stars. And there was a way that some of them would treat you. They would let you know that you are subhuman. You are below them. They would communicate with you in the most disrespectful and dismissive ways, like weird, like mousy guys that I could kill, like instantly, and they would just be rude to you in a really weird way because they had power. And then when an executive would come over, they would turn on the charm. They'd be smiling and laughing, and then you would talk to them at the craft service, and they would dismiss you in the shittiest ways. I encountered a bunch of that.
Yeah.
It was commonplace. And it was, I think, a thing that they...
It was no different with Ellen. After she rose to fame, she distanced herself from everyone and did whatever was necessary to remain on top. She didn't care who she had to surround herself with or how her staff were treated. In 2020, a BuzzFeed News investigation released accounts from more than a dozen former employees who worked on Ellen's show, describing the environment as toxic and mentioning racism, fear, and intimidation from senior producers. One ex-employee said they were instructed not to speak to Ellen directly. Others claimed they were let go after taking medical or bereavement leave. Rosie O'Donnell shared that Ellen was once her closest friend, but she pushed her aside as soon as her show became successful.
I couldn't believe it.
Why did she say that?
I don't know, because I have photos of her holding my newborn babies. I knew her for 30 years. Like, I don't know, Rosie, we're not friends. It was so upsetting to me that I had t-shirts made. I don't know, Rosie, we're not friends. And I gave them out to my staff because it was very painful. And, you know, we've never sort of gotten over it. Did
she ever reach out to you to explain it or what her thinking was, or?
No.
I mean, I'm not the first person to say this, but she's a strange creature.
Well, you know, we're not similar. I can say that for sure. We're not emotionally similar.
No.
And I was never asked to go on her show. When I was, it was long after they had been on for many years, and she had the same staff as my show, the same producers, the same everything. And now I don't blame her for doing that. I didn't create the genre of a Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas talk show. You know, this was what I grew up watching. But I did think that she was all of a sudden in the position I was in, where she was starting a show and wanted it to be successful and get the money and the accolades that came with it. And instead of deciding to stand next to me and hold my hand, which is what I did to her, she did the opposite. And I couldn't believe it. You know, I couldn't believe it.
The most alarming claim tied to Ellen, by far, is her alleged connection to the death of Anne Heche. Anne Heche was Ellen's former girlfriend. And based on what people close to her have said, Anne Heche had been working on a documentary that intended to reveal information about Ellen. But before anything could be released, Anne tragically died in a car accident just 2 months after Twitch's passing. The two individuals who reportedly knew the most about Ellen both died within a 2-month span, shortly after her show came to an end. On its own, this doesn't confirm any wrongdoing, but the details surrounding both deaths appear extremely questionable.
Anne Heche gets in this accident, and I'm bereft. Now, how did I know her? She did my show twice, and she and Ellen came to my home in Miami and swam in my pool, and we had lunch once. So
Right.
I knew her, you know, not really well, but in the celebrity vernacular, and that she was with Ellen for a while, and then how her career suffered, and her book, Call Me Crazy. There was a horribly, horribly tragic in that family, and I've always sort of felt sorry for her. So when she's dying and when that all happens, I'm legitimately bereft in a way that maybe surprised me. I'd wake up in the morning and think, oh my God, something's wrong. Oh, Anne Heche is in a coma. Like, it was obsessive to me. So she died tragically.
In May 2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Heche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, after just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel, but I'm not a scientist. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her other host, her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of like close people around you dying in weird ways.
No one can truly know for sure what Ellen may have been involved in, since both Twitch and Anne Heche are no longer here. But here's the reality. The rest of Hollywood isn't any better. Joe Rogan has spoken openly about allegations and recurring patterns of abuse and predatory behavior within the entertainment industry, especially how common it is among child actors and young performers. Nearly 10 years later, once the truth about Diddy and Harvey Weinstein was revealed, those claims ended up being confirmed.
Don't let your kids be around weird agents and take them to auditions.
No, don't let your kids get into acting. Do not let your kids get into that.
Has it ever worked out?
Well, you know, the other thing is, like, look at what happened with that Sandusky guy. That guy was taking care of kids. Like, his whole thing was like, hey, I do charitable work with children. You know, I do charitable work and I take care of these kids. Yeah, I'm just all about helping kids. It's all about helping kids. They're our future. If you're an actress and you worked with Harvey Weinstein, you never tried to
hit on you?
Like, what is wrong with me?
Well, you ugly. Yeah, you ugly.
What is wrong with my face?
They're really going after him. That seems weird.
It doesn't seem weird, dude. Look
Hell yeah, they're going after him.
That guy's entire business. Here's the thing. He's one of many. There's got to be like a bunch of people that ran their business that way.
But Weinstein, they say like in Hollywood, like my agent's like, oh no, yeah, it's about time you got caught. I'm like, what the? Everyone knew this.
Dude,
like everyone knew.
Did you see his contract? It was in his contract. The way he had his contract set up was like they had a certain amount of money that he would have to pay if he had a claim against him. It was like
it was a thing for him.
Yes, like he had so many claims. That's like first offense was $100,000, second offense was $250,000, third offense was $750,000, fourth offense was $1 million. He had it written into his contract with Miramax. His contract with the Weinstein Company, like
he owned Miramax, right?
I don't know. Explain that contract. Like he'd have to pay $100,000.
Yes. They're protecting themselves.
Oh, when they
from
sign
harassment.
When they sign him, they go, okay, the first time you one of these goods, it's gonna be $100,000.
Yes.
Second time, it's 200.
It's not
Holy.
Yes, I mean it was.
That's
so
how big of a problem it was.
It was such a huge. It was so known of what he would do, and look, even Quentin Tarantino said that he did it to his ex-girlfriend.
So here's the real question: how many more people in Hollywood are hiding behind that same nice persona? Because as Joe Rogan explains, this isn't just about a single individual; it's an entire system. If you've made it this far, you already understand this story goes much deeper than what the media reveals. So go ahead and hit subscribe, because the next video uncovers another case that's even more disturbing. And believe me, you won't want to miss it.